Hello beautiful people and welcome to an awesome episode on Age of Empire Mobile, and the topic of today's episode is how to approach Halloween event. Or in other words, how to be as efficient as possible, or in other words, what are the best items you can pick from these two stores. And I'm gonna break it down for you and explain you why I think these are the best choices, while obviously, as always, that's exactly what we have the comment section in every single video, because I highly recommend you guys to watch the video till the end to understand my point of view and obviously share your opinion, as it's absolutely possible you may have a better approach than me. So let's obviously start with the Herald's magic spell. And I had roughly over 1,200 rubies, which I already spent, and you can see that in here. I bought the 20,000 Empire tokens chest from here. And I also bought 6 of these packs for $10, which is $60, and I have done my draws. And of course, on top of this, you see every now and then you also get a free spin. And the big question is, what exactly should you take from here? Now, let's exclude a couple of items from here, like this frame, this here, this one, even this one, by the way, for a simple reason. You have downloaded a war game, and these are pure cosmetics. So it won't help you in the long run if you're actually prioritizing cosmetics over stats. Now, we do have this hero XP and this skill points, but let's approach the skins first. Now, this skin over here, first of all, it doesn't have any stats on, and if that is not bad enough, you also see is not permanent either. So this is by far the worst choice you can pick from the store right now, and I highly encourage you not to do that. But we have two big skins, and let's actually start with the cheaper one. And what you're seeing here, yes indeed, the skin is permanent, and you're also gonna get all units type attack plus 1.5%. Now, watching this video till the end will definitely gonna make you understand that purchasing this base skin, you will also gonna need to buy a microscope in order to actually see this 1.5% in your stats, or in other words, how much this skin actually helped you. So obviously, dear beautiful people, it's not worth it. Now, if this skin, which is slightly cheaper, is not worth it, you don't have to be a genius to realize that this skin, the Haunted Castle, is also absolutely not worth it. But you have a couple of rubies right now, and the big question is, what should you do with them? Now, obviously, the option number one is to keep them for the next event, in which we're definitely gonna have different skins. But taking in consideration that this is not the first mobile game made by these companies, I don't expect this to be a mistake, or in other words, I don't expect them to bring skins with far more stats to increase this performance versus cost ratio. Meaning, in other words, yes indeed, I would suggest you to go to option number 2, which is also the option I have took, and that leaves us, beautiful people, with 2 items. The XP for the heroes, and the other one is the skill points. Now, obviously, both items are extremely important, but you're still gonna ask yourself, which one should I pick? Well, I have an answer for you. So, the way this game is designed, the higher the level of progression you want to reach, the higher the costs will gonna be, while you are getting far less in return. So, let's have a look at the skill points for a second, and I'm gonna show you my heroes, and we can have a look at my Leonidas being just level 1, and this is exactly where I stopped. Also, the second skill is also level 1. The same goes for Richard too, it's just level 1, and I stopped there because I think the hero XP is actually more important, especially right now, for a simple reason. Let me show you the formations. Because the higher the XP level of a hero, the higher your march capacity will be, or the more units you will be able to bring in a march, which definitely means you're gonna perform far better in PvE and PvP. So from this perspective, dear beautiful people, that's exactly what I have taken from that store, all these hero XPs, and honestly, why not? I still have 11 of them, let's use them too, like this, and I'm definitely gonna make use of them, because if we again have a look at my heroes, you see my Leonidas 120, Richard 110, Now, these are my farming heroes, and I highly recommend you guys to watch the previous episode. You see my Mulan 120, you see my Minamoto 115, and so on. And the XP tomb definitely helps you farm more right now at the beginning. Good. So from this perspective, beautiful people, we are done with the Herald's Magic store. Let's jump into the other store of the event, which is the Halloween shop. And again, we have some cosmetics in here, which gives you a little bit something. Let's jump a second to see exactly what are we getting, as the prices are super high, beautiful people. And if we have a look at the troop theme, sure, you see here attacking solo battles, all units defense, all units type attack, all units health. Wow, looks awesome. But what doesn't look awesome is the fact that we have here a 0 in front of the other number. Meaning, in other words, again, you're gonna need a microscope in order to see exactly how this March skin actually helped you in the battle. And of course, not to mention the costs are super high, and I strongly advise you not to take those March skins. So, with that out of the way, let's scroll all the way down because you're gonna see the following thing. Absolutely super important, the Universal Legendary Hero medals. Definitely you should focus on them. Now you see that I took a couple of legendary blueprints. I'm gonna approach this in a second, but let's scroll back up and to explain how efficient are getting the other option in the store. So first we have this box which will allow you to get the legendary blueprint specific for a unit type. And I took indeed a couple of them, but then again, beautiful people, I'm also spending a little bit, and I would not consider this to be your main priority. And let me explain you why. So, if you saw my previous episode, I also addressed a little bit the crafting, and you're gonna soon realize, first of all, you're gonna need a lot of materials, and also, it's gonna take a while till you get one piece of gear, because the crafting is roughly 29 hours right now for me. Another thing which you should definitely take in consideration, let's have a look at my vault, as I have 15 legendary pieces of gear right now. And if we have a look at the chest, you see it here at 1 star. If you have a look at the gloves, yes, you see me also have it at 1 star. So I definitely was able to understand a little bit more where is exactly this point in which I'm gonna need to spend a lot more resources and we're gonna get far less. So from this perspective, when it comes down to the legendary gear, you're definitely gonna get a couple of legendary pieces of gear. There's no question about it. Not to mention you have the store. If you go into the island tactics, you see you can get also a legendary blueprint from here. And if you have a look at my gear or my heroes, yeah, sure, you see me on Leonidas having all 4 legendary pieces of gear. But if we have a look on Richard, I have 2 purple gear and I'm super fine with that, people. And if we have a look at Barbarossa, all 4 pieces of gear are purple and I'm super fine with this. So from this perspective, I'm not saying the legendary blueprints are worse, but I haven't told you that these are the best picks either. Good. What else do we have in here? We have the legendary skill scrolls. And the items themselves are not bad either, but let me show you how I'm approaching this, because again we go to my heroes and let's have a look. And if we have a look at the skills, you see me bringing this skill to level 1, this one also to level 1. On Richard is the same, level 1 and level 1. And yeah, that's kind of it. Because again, the higher you want to go, the more items you're gonna need while getting far less stats. So since that is also not the top priority in the Halloween store, what exactly is the highest priority? Or in other words, in order for you to be as efficient as possible. And before we get to that, let me address this over here. Again, I strongly advise you not to use your precious candies on these items. You can get the target forging items by dismantling gear. So you won't need that. And the materials you should definitely farm on the map. And now we come to the items with the highest priority possible in the Halloween shop. And I don't know how many of you have guessed it, but these are the 2 of them. And this is also what I have spent all my candies and my chocolate on. And at this point you're gonna say, whoa, hold on a second, Timmy. But you can farm the resources on the map. Yeah, sure you can do that, but guess where those resources will gonna land? Exactly here, open in your base. So of potential opponents have a chance to loot your resources and literally steal it from you. And therefore, these boxes are, from my perspective, the most valuable form for the resources, not just only because you can pick whatever type of resource you need. they are in your inventory and nobody can steal it away from you. Now, that's not the only reason why those boxes in the Halloween store are the best pick for you. The reason is a different one. Sure, you can do some upgrades and increase your buildings and your castle level, but what's far more important are actually the researches. Now, by investing all my candies in the resources, I was able now to push towards Pikeman's level 6. So yes, you heard me. So for those of you which didn't have a closer look at the units, let me show you exactly why this is so important. So if we go into the train units, as of right now, I have level 5 units, and you're gonna have to click on this button because we wanna see the stats. So level 5 has a 100 points attack, well, level 6 has 131. It's a big difference. The level 5 has 100 points defense, well, level 6 has 131 points. Huge difference. Level 5 has 86 points health, while level 6 has 112 points health. And we also can mention indeed the load, which is 105 per level 5 units versus 120. Because when you are sending your marches to tiles to farm, you want to finish that tile. And also at the same time, since that is a gathering setup, you want to have as less units as possible being exposed just in case somebody will gonna attack you. And that's a super efficient way. So, beautiful people, yeah, this is the breakdown which we can briefly do a recapitulation on. In the Halloween shop, indeed, you should definitely focus on the Universal Legendary Hero medals first. But after that, beautiful people, this is the best pick in there. As the game is so new right now, watching these videos, understanding exactly what upgrades are the cheapest and giving you the highest advantage possible, it's a super important thing. And of course, when it comes down to the Herald's Magic Spell Store, sure, you have an option to keep your rubies for the next one. But again, these are the most important items in here. And since the game is so fresh, I would prioritize the Hero XP in this store, as that gives you a far bigger advantage than any of these items in here. So beautiful people, as always, yeah, don't forget to support what supports you back, which is, yeah, this channel and me personally. And if you liked this video, if you found some value in this video, then it's absolutely worth it to support me, which is, by the way, also for free. Because you can subscribe to this channel, you should definitely watch the videos till the end. You can share this channel with your friends. And I also must add that all my breakdowns are not written in stones. And that's why we want to take advantage of the comment section in the videos. Because often is the case that players have observed an even better method. And we can share this with each other because at the end of the day, the goal is how can we all benefit and have the best breakdown possible in order for us to enjoy even more the Age of Empires mobile game. So beautiful people, thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Ciao, 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 ciao.